Buddies brand. We are back again on the North American Weed Tour podcast. Today we have special guest, Chef Mike Moya, coming out of Los Angeles, California, representing the Dulce brand, known for their flavorful and delicious microdosed gummies. Big representing, man, Mexican-owned brand, brown-owned business, doing it big for all of the people in the world that are typically overlooked here in America. So I just want to do a big shout out to that. I'm half Mexican. I'm so honored to have you on here today as the CEO of your company. Mike, thank you so much, brother.
Joey, it's been a long time. Appreciate the time to give the brand an opportunity to showcase not just myself, but Dulce that we've been working so long to finally be in the Rex. Everything's going well platform.
Absolutely, and it's a huge honor, and you deserve a endless celebration for being able to make it over from the 215 from this previous version of legal cannabis, and to now to be here where we are today, where I go to your events, I go to dispensaries, and I randomly walk into you, and here you are serving aguas frescas to hundreds, if not thousands, of people, and they're so excited to discover your brand every time. So thank you. I just want to say thank you for that. Now, number one. Oh, no, please.
Oh, I was just going to say I appreciate you always stopping by and check product and all the new things that we got going on. And, coming from the 215 side, doing these tables and really getting to know the clientele, the people that are interested in Dulce, really allowed me to bring that over the recreational side, because again, there's a lot of big companies that don't do the little things that we do, and I think that's going to take us a long way.
100%. So for the people that don't know who you are, would you mind kind of briefly introducing you and yourself and what you do in the industry, the company that you own?
Yeah, I'm Chef Mike Moya. I'm top cannabis chef winner from 2018, the last high time in Southern California. That really opened up the opportunity to not just showcase my cookie skills, but our Dulce. And we focused a little bit more on delivering those flavors for the culture, for my people, for my raza, for my Latinos. And here we are, September 15th, which is a great holiday as tomorrow, Mexican Independence Day, which also makes our 1 year anniversary of being in the rec side. And I couldn't be more proud of my whole team and everyone that's followed us since day one and has given us all their support to get into shops and really push the brand little by little.
It's huge, and the timing really couldn't be better. I honestly wasn't made aware until recently of the Hispanic Heritage Month and the fact that that was becoming more and more prominent in our own community. And that comes partly because I come from Seattle and we're kind of left out of a lot of that. So I really appreciate you taking the time to be on it with us today, and especially as we go into this next month of celebration. Talk to me a little about, I know you guys have a couple of the different flavors there. Would you mind kind of walking us through what Dulce is all about, and then some of the different items that you have there, kind of flavor by flavor?
Yeah, definitely. Dulce is a company made up of chefs. We're a very small, tight, family-oriented company. We focus on microdose is our first
He's getting all the text messages. Sorry, everybody. A little technical difficulties. Whenever we have guests and they're doing it from their phones, typically the service, if they're getting blown up via text or calls, this can somewhat be a little bit of an issue. Just bear with us until he briefly comes back. I'll kind of fill it in for the moment. Dulce, I know for a fact, they have all these different gummies, the microdose versions. Today he's going to show us the watermelon chile. He's going to show us the horchata. He's going to show us the margarita. And then I believe there's a pina colada. So definitely bear with us. He's going to be back in just a moment. In the meantime, I just popped open a new product. There we go. I'm going to show them real quick this product that I just busted open while we get you back on the service. Look at this little guy. It's a cordial. It's a little vial full of some kind of awkward yellow murky liquid, but here
Is
goes.
it tincture? Is it edible? Oh, edible.
It tastes like grapefruit juice.
Huh. Was
Tastes
it 100
exactly like grapefruit
milligrams?
juice. Doesn't say.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know about this distilled water, some coconut oil, Delta 9. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. I would prefer we really just focus on Dulce at this point. You know what I'm saying? This was
Let's go.
not every
Hey, well,
review
sorry
is
about
good. Not
that.
every review is good.
Look, Dulce says we focused on one main thing was to get well, two main things to get the comfortable with eating cannabis, the education part of it, and being transparent on what we're putting into the product. So let's start off with that. We
Hmm.
use a high organic coconut extraction that's solventless and full spectrum. What we source the best flower in the air indoor. We turn it into coconut oil, and then that becomes our mission. We do it through a proprietary way. It's special to us, and that allows us to really understand what extraction we're using in our edibles, and always have control of not having to think of where the initial ingredient is so important to us. After we make this oil and we send it to the lab, we get results and we begin to formulate. We created a product, our first product. I see the resemblance. Uh, it's a chili watermelon gummy, watermelon flavor gummy with a coating that we make ourselves of a chili powder, specifically exported from Mexico, called chile sandia, which means watermelon chili. It gives it a very unique taste and spice, not too heavy on the spice. This is our top seller. It brings a lot of memories to Latinos growing up with a popsicle, la paleta de sandia, or just your typical fruit stand and tie it out to it. Just then we have a one of our top sellers is horchata. If you're not familiar with horchata, uh, traditional Mexican drink made up of rice, milk, cinnamon, and sugar. And I was able to translate that flavor in form. This little gummy is very special because it doesn't have any citric notes. So it's super different, sweet and creamy all the way. And then the cinnamon coating on there that really ties in the horchata flavor.
Oh my God,
The
it's so
second one, the
delicious.
third one is our pina colada, pineapple, coconut, and it's special to us because it has sweet coconut shavings attached to each gummy, so it has some texture added to it, and it gives you a really good pina colada effect. And then the one, this is our margarita, uh, lemon, lime, tequila essence. And what's special about this one is it has a sweet, sour, and salty coating to it, which gives it a completely different experience when it comes to eating gummies because you're not expecting that salt profile to come out, and it really is a great experience with the margarita. I'll show you guys right there.
Love
Um,
it.
Obviously, we're giving this 50 units, 50 pieces, 2 milligrams each. It's the lowest dose in the country when it comes to a gummy, and we're very proud of that to be able to let people learn their dose, control their effects, and know when to take the product and be comfortable doing it. And that's our mission: is
Absolutely.
people on the consumption of cannabis.
It's really the lowest dose edible in the country, 2 milligrams.
In a gummy, yeah, at
Yeah,
100 milligrams.
I think I've only seen 2.5s. I think
Two fives at a
two
gummy.
is yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that being uniqueness, and that's people. That's how you really stand out. Is you find a way to be different. Is it that much weed to someone like us? Probably not. But the majority of customers aren't like you and I. Unfortunately, they're actually well, not unfortunately. For their sake, it's actually better for their wallet that way. Now, if for a lot of these guys, 2 milligrams is going to give them a nice little minor high, little buzz, maybe take care of some chronic pain. So big shout out to you guys for creating a product that really shines through both creatively with the branding and the packaging, the flavor profiles and everything. I have a lot of respect for what you guys have created. Oh, looks like we've got a little bit more technical difficulties on the cell phone. Mike, where you at, brother? All right. What we're gonna do in the meantime, back to the weed. So this is we're talking to Chef Mike Moya from Dulce. Just walked us through 4 of the different flavors: pina colada, margarita, the watermelon chile, and then they've also got one of my favorites. What was it? Margarita, pina colada, watermelon chile. There's a fourth one. I'm blanking on it. I'm blanking on it. Either way, horchata, the horchata. That's right. Mike, there we go. Brought you back on. This is the cool part about the podcast. I'm not going anywhere, but as long as you can come back. Perfect. All right. Are you able to hear me? We all good? Oh, I think you might. Are you muted? All right. Oh, still can't hear you. It's okay. I'm rolling up another joint, you guys. So right now I'm smoking on the cam. Mike, what you're going to have to do is probably just close it and re-click the link to rejoin again. It's probably going to be the smoothest way. Uh, I'll go ahead and give them a little bit of info about this strain that I'm smoking right now. I'm on the Hurricane OG from Medcare Farms, this exact one. And this next joint's going to be more of the Shark Lottie. So once we get Mike here situated, he's going to give this another shot. We will get right back to this interview. Thank you guys for bearing with us. I'm not really sure why we're having so many technical difficulties in the last few episodes, but bear with us because it will get better over time. We will figure this out, but not today. We will have to improve over time. So for right now, you guys go follow the North American Weed Tuber podcast. Please like, follow, subscribe to Respect My Region. On YouTube is where all this content is going. It's also streaming live on Twitch. It's also streaming on Periscope over on Twitter. And for anybody that's on Facebook right here watching right now, thank you guys for hanging out with us over the years, man. It's been a journey. Today we are interviewing Chef Mike Moya from Dulce. It's a Mexican-owned business, brown-owned business. As he said, it's for the people. It's for the Latin people out here, and to create a product that can really embrace the culture. So let me go ahead and bring him back on. There we go.
Sorry, guys. The service out here is ridiculous.
It's all good, brother. It's all good. It's all good. I appreciate you bearing with us, and for
So
all
we're
the real
here.
riders out there, we're good. So now we can see it. Hold it up one by one again. Beautiful. So that's the horchata, 50 gummies, 2 milligrams a pop. Can you read the ingredients? I'm sure they're all made with similar ingredients, but what are the
Yeah.
gummies made out of?
We again another part of us. We wanted to keep it very simple and with ingredients that people understood and know what's going inside them. So, obviously, our coconut oil, which is a big part of the recipe, granulated sugar, light corn syrup. We do use kosher gelatin and not your regular gelatin that's out in the market, which is mostly made of pork. Ours is beef based and we imported from Mexico as well for a higher quality gummy. Citric acid, natural colors and flavorings, and that's pretty much it. We don't really have any preservatives or anything that you don't understand or you can't pronounce.
Yeah, a lot of those chemicals for the shelf life stuff. Yes, it helps for shelf life, but it also takes away from the food aspect or the health aspect. So, from a consumer who has IBS and kidney stones, thank you, because not all those things are good for people like me. And if I want to eat 50 gummies for 50 days, then I've got to get some better quality stuff than just the usual, right? So
Correct.
I appreciate that. Now, for you said earlier with the watermelon chile that you guys actually imported a certain kind of spice. Was
Yeah.
that from a certain region? You said it was not too spicy, not this. I've had a bunch of different kinds of spices. I'm not a real big fan of tahine for that reason.
Yeah.
So when you went through that tasting process and you started experimenting as a chef who works with foods, how did you land on the one you landed on?
I mean, it's funny because tahine was the first powder that we used to coat the gummies, but you know, with candy, it's a lot of science, and a lot of things can really ruin your edibles. And when you're trying to mass produce, those errors can really cost you a lot. So, uh, we've been making gummies for about 5 years now. So it's we've made the recipe better and better as we learned more and more what it took to get to the best gummy per se. But the chili powder and tahine, the reason why a lot of people can't do what we do with the chili coated gummy is because they use tahine, and that is a no-go because of how it's made, tahine itself. So we went a different route, and I tried to recreate a tahine flavor powder that could help us in our gummy. And that's why I reached out and I tasted probably 6 to 12 different chili powders from my good friend Chile Arrieta in El Paso, Texas.
Okay.
They import a lot of different produce, and I was able to, you know, use my connection from my hometown of El Paso, Texas, to really bring all that culture to California. That the Latinos, the Mexicans, Latinos in El Paso are completely different than the ones in California. So I wanted to really bridge that gap and made them like, yeah, we're all the same, but it is a little bit of different culture and flavors.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the chile is called chile sandia, and it's
Chile
called chile
sandia.
sandia, which is watermelon because of the shape. It's like a beautiful watermelon shape like this, and it's also the brightest chili powder um, that can be. Like once you rehydrate it and you make it into a sauce, the color it brings out and the flavor, it really tastes a little bit like watermelon. It's insane. So that's why I knew I had that opportunity to bring something that nobody's using because it's so exclusive to their importation.
That's awesome. Can you hold up that bag again? It's such a beautiful bag. I absolutely love this one. Like you said, it was the first one you guys dropped. There you go, little right there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. 50 gummies, everybody. 2 milligrams of gummy. Chili watermelon artisanal gummies. These gummies are made with beef gelatin imported from Mexico. Again, this is Mexican cured. This is Latino curated brand. It's all about doing it in the most authentic ways. This is why when you and I first met, I was like, damn, man, like this, like creating a brand like this and giving this to my grandma, this is some shit I'm talking about. You know, giving it to the family members, sharing it at a birthday party, sharing it at a quinceañera, any of those kinds of
Yeah.
things. This is perfect for that with these people because it's microdose, it's smaller, it's not going to get you too high freaking out, and you can still eat half of
Yes.
it. I actually eat half of it and come back to it just because I like the gummy.
Yeah, I mean, you only get you don't get that many around where you're from, so obviously you got to let those last a little longer. But you know, it's been a great opportunity to see or hear our consumers talk about how they give it to their elderly family members or to their moms or to someone who's never really tried cannabis but wants to try. I really advise you guys to try Dulce. There's a flavor for everyone, and we really want to invite them, our consumers, to feel comfortable and being in that state of mind, right? Because 2 gummies might be a little bit too much. 5, maybe like myself, I'm a habitual smoker, so I need about half a bag. But even Be Real, I mean, who smokes more bud than Be Real, right? Probably Snoop and Wiz. He ate a whole bag right before his show, and he told me that was the worst mistake I could have made because they smack. You know,
Yeah.
that coconut oil that we put a lot of love and hard work to create. You know, it's really what differentiates us from most edibles, if not all edibles in the market right now, because there's not a lot of people going this route. There's not a lot of people sourcing the flower that they're gonna extract, make it into their own extraction, and then doing all the diligence work behind it. A lot of people are sourcing, other distillates, oils, waxes, and that's fine. We just want to be different. We want to be transparent, and we want everyone to enjoy edibles and not just be hiding behind one bar of like, oh, when am I gonna eat this? When's the perfect time? Nope, Dulce is the perfect time at all times because you get to learn that dose and control it at all times. And you know, there's nothing better than to have that opportunity to control that effect.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more myself. I hit a joint, done. And I like being able to have that kind of control. One dab, one bong. Like for some things, like some beverages, you couldn't reclose them. I have to drink the whole thing. It's so frustrating sometimes. And
Yeah.
so with that one, the bag is resealable,
Yep.
everybody.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
child-proof, everybody.
Yep.
It's 100% compliant.
Yep.
You can learn more about the product. They have a website. They got social media. You guys can tap in. They do events. Now, I want to ask a little question about, can we show them what can we show them what the gummies look like?
Oh yeah, for sure.
There we go. Let's dive into the good ooey gooey juiciness. Everybody, you all need to see these gummies. Look at them. That's the watermelon chili right there. Can you grab one of them? Hit him with a squish. Hit me with a squish right there.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
see what that squishiness. Look at that texture. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. When
Oh
you
yeah,
spit,
they're soft, but they have a nice chew to it. They're not too tough. We've worked a long time to really, master this recipe. At least all of our gummies, and we do have other products coming out. We are collaborating with big brands. We are white labeling for other brands. We're just trying to do as much as we can for this industry to have the top quality products that everyone deserves to have, with the transparency of how they're being made, and you know don't have any doubts of what you're consuming, which is the biggest issue in the cannabis industry in the edibles is that what are we consuming.
100%. See, there. What people don't realize about edibles is that it's food. Yes, it's a weed product, and yes, it's technically not a food product in the government's eyes. But humans buy food based on familiarity, by things that they're familiar with, or that they relate to, that they've had, they connect. That's comfortable to them. People explore new foods for sure.
Yeah.
People do try new foods, but that is not the majority of people who buy edibles all the time. The repeat buyer, the person who buys Dulce over and over again, they experiment, then they relate, and then they're hooked. Like
Right.
I'm hooked because those are the best pina colada gummies in the market. They're also the only horchata market gummies in the
Yeah.
market that are fire. There are other horchata flavors, but they're bad. And that matters because food first. You're a
Right.
chef. Can you talk to me a little about your experience as a chef and how you got into foods and things like that? Chef life, let's go, man.
Yeah. you know um I was blessed to have the opportunity to play college football, get a scholarship to play Division II football in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Marshall, Minnesota. A little far from Texas, but the opportunities knock and you open the door and you go all in and you hope for the best. I was able to finish college, at the same time get a culinary degree, a minor in Spanish, and a hotel restaurant management, culinary emphasis bachelor's degree. That really, solidified my chef entrepreneurship. I went back home. I became executive chef at about 22. Did that for a couple years, and then, with the blessing of my mother and my grandma and my family, I explained to them that I was moving to California to become a cannabis chef. I gave them some of my edibles, and the reaction I had from them, and seeing what the edible and the cannabis did to them, just really changed my perspective on the whole picture of what I wanted to do with my life. And I went to California. Here we are 6 years later. High Times Top Cannabis Chef winner. and owner of the first Mexican-owned gummy brand in California. And here we are talking with you, doing these awesome interviews to just get the word out, get the brand recognition out, and to relate with the brand, the owner, and just giving you straight facts from the person that's hands on in every aspect of this brand.
Absolutely. Now, throughout most of the podcast, we unfortunately don't usually take questions from the public because we just get high and forget to include them. But if anybody watching this, I do have the chat running: YouTube, Facebook, Twitch.
So
All of you guys, we do have the questions open. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop in, leave some comments. We will get to them at the end of the episode. Again, everybody, this is Chef Mike Moya, man, from Dulce. This is episode 24 of the North American Weed Tour podcast. Man, look at the beautiful pack. I love it. So there's the sugar skulls, right?
Yep. There's just
And then you put the diamonds in there, right? So you got your own custom logo there. That's wonderful.
Custom logo, and we're about it. It's
Damn, tatted about it.
Yeah, it's real.
Man, so what's up, man? If a fan gets a tat, what do we get?
It's funny. It's funny because you're not allowed to get the Dulce tat unless it's on your neck. Like my brother has it as well. It's kind of like our thing. But I mean, definitely, I'll definitely lace you up if anyone gets anything Dulce.
Yeah, man. I already talked to you about the potential Washington launch, so I might have to do that one.
Hey.
I might have to do that if I ever get to get blessed.
Let's go.
So we have two questions. We have two questions. I'll answer the first one because there's technically three. The first question is, where can I find you in Central Cali? So you guys are in more than 10 stores in California. Can you elaborate on some in Central California, perhaps?
I guess the only one that would be in the area is Sacramento. We have a Zen Gardens Wellness.
Okay.
They're probably the closest right now. Again, we're a small team trying to get to everywhere in California. We are just our first year. We are in 15 stores now in Southern California and growing weekly. So if there is, the best way to get us where you are is literally go to your shop, let them know, show them your phone. Hey, these gummies are fire. They're Mexican, and there's nothing like this here. And they can reach out, and we will get their product. It's different. It's really that simple. With the help of your community and everyone that gets a chance to see this, it would mean a blessing to just start getting calls and texts from these stores because we definitely need the help. We could help. We could use it. You can find us at Dulze DULZE _INC. That's our Instagram, Dulce _Inc. You have to spell the whole thing because we're shadow banned. And then we also have our website, www.dulzeinc.com. That's DULZEINC.com. And that's how you can reach out, find us. I'm the one answering the text messages and all that good stuff.
Directly to the big boss man himself, everybody. And then to also answer the question, there are how many flavors and is it made with distillate? No, it's not made with distillate. It's made with a full spectrum extract that's from flower, indoor grown, and it's not used with a solvent, although they do use coconut oil. So that's the extraction. That's technically would be the not the usual solvents. Correct. And then how many flavors? It is just the 4 flavors, correct? Or are there more?
We have just 4 to start. These are flagship. Piña colada, margarita, horchata.
There we go.
And my favorite, chili watermelon.
I gotta say, everybody, I'm usually not a fan of the chili watermelon. For some reason, it just hits me in the back of the throat every time. And with candy, I just want to eat it and inhale it as fast as I can. But those ones are really good because of the chewy texture. And I want to suck on them longer. I actually enjoy the taste of them. I have my own gummies, our own CBD gummies. I like yours more. It's just the reality of it. And so for you, when you were curating the different flavors, obviously horchata, you got piña colada, margarita. How did you go about picking those ingredients for that one? Were those all imported as well from Mexico? How did that all happen?
Yeah, actually, some of the flavorings for the horchata and the margarita are also imported from Mexico from a specific candy maker that I became friends with, and they've allowed me to to perfect this flavor that really screams horchata, you know, like and for other Latinos, it's called something else. The rice is simply sweet rice water, um, and it's doing really well. It took a little while to really understand what flavors we wanted to do, but I think like I said before, each there's a specific flavor for everyone to really understand and give us a chance. You know, that's all we ask. Give us a chance, learn your number, learn why we're a bit different, and support. You know, we're here for a long time, and we plan on developing some new flavors. We do plan on doing a vegan line soon, and we also have some vegan cookies that are award winning in Mexico that we're gonna be hopefully busting out the beginning of next year.
Let's go, man. So everybody, y'all were waiting. I know everybody was bummed when he said, "Oh, gelatin," and then you guys were like, "Oh, but he imports it from Mexico. Okay, that's better. It's authentic." And then he said, "Oh, it's beef," and I know you guys were still like, "Meh, okay." Like these are still fire. I'm gonna try it, but just wait till he gets the vegan ones.
Right.
Just wait, because when you guys try those ones, you're gonna undeniably go back and try all of the
Right.
others. I guarantee it. I would
Yeah.
bet my life on it because
Yeah.
there's just no doubt about it. You guys get introduced to him via this way. Man, you're a dope person, bro. You got great energy out there at all the events. On the hottest of the hottest days, you're still out there smiling, grinding, killing it, serving up the beverages, handing out the sample gummies. It's inspiring. And that's where I've been around. I've worked for so many companies that's just not how it works. Never
Yeah.
was the boss man out there doing it like that. And you will always be able to say that, like, you hit the streets. And I got a lot of respect for that because that's how we did it too. So
Yeah.
I appreciate you as a business owner showing us all of us millennials, the Gen Z people, like, yo, y'all want to be in cannabis? Y'all better get your asses out there, make some shit that's fire, source some things that makes it better than the other shit, and then you better sell it yourself. And you do. You got to do it. You got to grind.
Yeah, there's nobody better, you know. I'm the biggest billboard we got, so I'm always, you know, got the Dulce hat on me, the shirt. If anybody sees me on the streets, I always have Dulce on me, medicated and non-medicated. So just, you know, fucking shout out, say what's up, and see if you get lucky on some product.
Hell yes, hell yes. I appreciate that energy, brother. Thank you for offering that to the fans. Big shout out to everybody who's hanging out here with us today. North American Weed Tour podcast, episode 24, man. Everybody go follow at Dulce. Let me say this correct. At Dulce, DULZE underscore.
INC,
Thank
Inc.
you. Thank
Dulce
you for the
Inc.
save. Dulce Inc.
Yes,
Everybody go
sir.
check them out. Now I've got a couple more questions, right? So
Hit me.
I recently introduced some cool, unique, I don't know, little hot take questions that I've had. You're a weed smoker. You said you're a daily smoker. What's it? What are you smoking on right now? What are some of your favorites overall?
Well, I've been hanging out a lot at traditional, so they laced me up, and I gotta say, some quality, beautifully packaged, cured, smell, taste. You know, they have a really nice lineup there. I'm really fan of their Keikos and their OG.
Yep.
Um, you know, moving to California made me an OG guy, bro. Like, there's literally nothing better than a true, you know, California OG Kush. So I always keep an ounce of that on me. And then, you know, I try to put some exotics in there. I got some diesel breath right now. We got some this beautiful black water OG that's like almost almost black, literally. But yeah, I'm a flower guy. I just started dabbing into, you know, waxes and live rosins and things like that. Incredible high, definitely for the more experienced people. Um, but I'm down for everything, bro. I do blunts, chase, you know, vapes. I'm
Hell
a
yes.
connoisseur. I like to see what's out there. I'll still go to the street sessions and see the quality out there, and then I'll go to the shops and, you know, also pick up some stuff there. And
You got to
I'm
tap
like
in
you,
with.
bro. I'm like you. I want to see what's out there. I want to see who's doing it right, and show people the quality. That's
Hell yeah.
that's what we're
I
about.
mean, to someone who can appreciate good quality is also going to appreciate and put the energy into making that as well, right?
That's right. That's
Yeah.
all. That's hand in hand.
It's
So
important. Not everybody thinks like that, but it's important to game recognize game kind of shit. Like, when you see someone that puts a lot of attention into just being detailed and shit, and you see someone else who respects that kind of craft, it's like, yeah, I see you. You know what I'm saying? And that resonates very much in your in your food products, even down to the beverages. Man, I wish I could go back to that day at traditional on Kobe Day and be down in like 4 or 5 more of those the agua frescas, man. That was so fire. That was the best part about it because if I'm gonna be real, the traditional weed didn't do it for me except for the Jawbreaker strain.
Jawbreakers is nice.
The Jawbreakers was good for me. The OG was cool. I smoke a lot of OG as
I
well, but
bet. Yeah.
it was but I'll be real with you though. I'll be real with you. The packaging does do it to me. I love the colors, the displays in the store, the rebrand. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. So I give them their flowers for sure. I think everything they're doing is heading in the right direction for sure, for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
Adding some color to LA like that is really cool down in that area.
Yeah. Modern. It's nice. It's a nice shop.
Absolutely. So the next part of the interview, I think what we can do. Um, I've got some more quick questions, but you already kind of answered some of them because you're like, I smoke blunts, I smoke joints, and I'm like, damn, those were two of my other questions. And I was like, damn. So
Yeah.
for you, do you roll blunts? You roll
Yeah.
joints? All right, cool.
I have
You're not using little things.
no. I This is what I do. I see. I was a blunt smoker, like heavy, but I would always see Wiz, and Wiz would always say, if you're not smoking J's, it's because you're not packing them right. And that's what I was always like, man, this shit always goes out, da 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 da. But I learned, you gotta put enough weed in that J. So I personally like cones. I'm a big cone person.
Okay,
Like
okay.
now I'll pack like 15, 20 J's and I'm just smoking, handing them out, and it's a vibe, like when you're smoking with people and they know they can come to you, be like, yo, you got a J? Always. You're like, it's just something that I always like to. I live in California. I gotta have my cannabis. Like that's why I moved here from Texas. One of the major reasons why. You know, uh,
Absolutely. Have a ton of respect for that. I used to live in Houston. It was very
so
unsafe.
yeah,
Very unsafe to be walking around having an ounce or to be smoking a blunt in public on campus or something. And it's just like, why can't all these people walk around smoking cigarettes everywhere,
yeah,
drunk driving everywhere?
yeah.
But I can't
Oh,
I can't just
trust
do
me.
basic stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know this as well as I do, bro. One of the most eye-opening parts about living in Texas, for anybody that doesn't know this, one of the most eye-opening parts about living in Texas is that they put up the daily accident reports or the deaths on the freeway
yeah,
on the LED boards. And that shit really does change every day by the afternoon, which
yeah.
literally means that either they're faking that or quite literally multiple people, lots of people in Texas are dying every day on the road. The texting while driving statistics, I used to
Everything.
see
Yeah,
that every day driving to and from the University of Houston. That
yeah,
shit would scare me like no one's business.
yeah. I mean, Texas is really strict with a lot of things. Uh, Great people. I love El Paso, my hometown, but obviously cannabis is, and there are a lot of activists out there, and they're doing a lot of
Yeah,
changes, and the city is changing a little bit, but I mean, the state has to make the change for the people, and
yeah, 100%. It's very hard,
Texas
and
is huge. Texas is
yeah,
huge, and they'll come around. They'll come
it's a
around.
country. It's a country down there. It's the size of
It
a lot
really
of.
is. It really
It's
is.
so there's a lot of just empty space, just nothing there but dirt and whatever's alive there in
Yeah.
that area, and that's. It's crazy down there. Now, for you guys are in, like you said, you're in 15 stores in SoCal. You don't have to name all of them, but can you name some of your larger partners or any of the chains that you guys are in?
Yeah. In San Diego, we have the Cannabis. They used to be Columbia Care. Now it's the Cannabis. Great store in PB. We're actually going to be there tomorrow on a PAD with aguas frescas. For anyone that's in that area, stop by 4 to 7
There we
in
go.
Pacific Beach at the Cannabis. Well, I have my Savannah will be down there giving out free samples of Dulce and aguas frescas. And then I'll be at the Syndicate, the one on Tarzana. I love
That's
that
right here.
store.
That's
Yeah,
right by me, dog.
Bro, stop by 4 to 7. I'll be out there slinging aguas frescas. Actually, I'm doing raspas tomorrow, so we got the snow cones, free snow cones for everybody that stops by, and Dulce samples. The J Broom and OC. I love that brand. They're great people out there. Great customer service. Traditional. Sky High LA.
Oh, yep. Big
Euphoric
shout out to Sky High.
caregivers. Strain and Balboa caregivers up in Chatsworth. And Mother Nature's Remedies. Love the people
Hey,
down there. They're great people. Wayne
big
out
shout
there.
out to Wayne, man. Big
Yeah,
shout out to Wayne.
Wayne's shout out to Wayne, man. He's such a hardworking man. I love that guy. Great inspiration and really good people out there.
Literally a living legend, my man. This guy helps so many people. I'm so happy to hear that you guys are we're not only connected, but that you guys are doing business there together. Big shout out to Mother Nature's Remedy, doing a lot of great work out here in Woodland Hills.
Yeah.
So you mentioned earlier you got some products coming down the line. Are you able to talk about some of those things today?
Not. I mean, they're just.
No pressure, no pressure,
Yeah.
no
No.
pressure.
I really can't talk about my partnerships yet. I like to. I like to go out with a bang. So as soon as that gets finalized, you'll know who's making some other edibles out there for
Of course, of
other
course.
bigger brands. But Dulce.
I was more so talking about like the new flavors you have coming out.
Yeah, Dulce. I have two main flavors I'm thinking of. Sour peach and
Ooh.
probably sour blueberry. Sour blueberry is
Ooh.
one that I did a collaboration a long time ago, and people always ask for it. So it's something I'm thinking about. I'm hoping to do a collaboration with someone and drop those flavors.
Okay.
Um, and then the vegan line would be I'm thinking like a berry hibiscus and some type of
Ooh.
tamarindo, like a tamarindo
Ooh.
vegan gummy. I think that'll be a game changer. Uh, with chamoy or something. I don't know. We're really trying to elevate that Hispanic experience.
Absolutely love it, man.
And then the
There's so
cookies,
many.
the cookies, the cookies are vegan cookies. We have it's called a polvoron. It's a very traditional sugar cookie they give at weddings and quinceañeras.
Mhm.
We have about 7 to 10 flavors that we plan on dropping throughout the year. So yeah,
Ooh.
super excited. A quick important thing about Dulce. Uh, these two go great with coffee in the mornings or your hot tea. They melt right away because they're so small and delicate and so much coconut oil. It's a great experience and also gives you a nice balance start to your day. Also, we put them in ice cream. Uh, these just frozen. The margarita frozen ones are insane. And we hear a lot of customers saying that they add this to their michelada drinks. So,
Wow. So those
you
just
know,
float around like little miche bombs.
michelada, that's awesome. I might try that right now,
Hey.
actually.
Hey, you can have that one, bro. That one, because it's like, the Jaeger bomb is just something dropped in something else, right? And
Yep.
so, to me, it's like and then napalm. I always think about napalm, how they always named about all the different weapons and guns and shit.
Yeah.
It's cool because it's like, when I go get froyo, I love to get those little juice balls that pop in your mouth.
Yep. I know
I
which
don't know
ones.
why I like those, but
The pearls. Yeah, I
they're
know.
tangy. They're really
Yeah.
tangy to me. And so to me, it's like to have your little gummies in froyo or yogurt, whatever it is,
Correct.
sounds really delicious.
Yeah. That's a perfect pairing right there.
Oh my gosh, I think I got to go get froyo tomorrow and get some of those horchata.
Finish
Put
off
those
that
are,
bag,
bro, those
bro.
horchata gummies with some chocolate froyo. What?
Or a coffee one, like coffee froyo.
Oh, I love like almond mocha ice creams and
There you
stuff like
go.
that. Rocky Road ice cream is my favorite. Let's go. Man, okay, so you're a chef. Now I'm totally food inspired. Now you got me thinking. So you're a chef. Talk to me about you got in this culinary career. You're a head chef at 20, head executive chef at 22. What the terminology is, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
What's it like going from like, all right, I'm doing this chef life, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
I'm going down this path. And then how do you physically get into cooking with cannabis at this young 20, the young 20s ages?
I mean, in El Paso, I just became like an everyday smoker, and one of my good friends was just like, hey, I have this extra stuff. One of my other good friends that had just came from California gave me this old school DVD of some lady explaining how she does extractions, and it was so like funny to me. But I took so many notes, and then I went out and I crushed my first my first butter, and that really was just like, okay, well, what are we gonna do with this? And an opportunity came to me to come to California and become an edible chef. And once we got here, that wasn't really the the case. So I had to go back to my roots, which was cooking, and I landed a restaurant job at Catania and
Okay.
in San Diego in La Jolla, and that experience literally took my chef skills to a whole nother game. So while those skills were just getting better and sharpening up in my cooking world, I kept practicing my edibles late at nights. After my 8-10 hour shift, I'd come home and science cook up stuff and just really work. I literally I remember spending one of my last checks on just testing. Like, I didn't know how we are gonna pay rent, but I needed to test my oil, and just those little sacrifices that I did back then to really understand what I was doing. Just gave me a goal to keep it going. I stopped cooking 4 years ago. I've literally been completely 100% dedicated to Dulce and the cannabis industry and cooking with cannabis. But I haven't really had a chance to show my chef skills besides the High Times Top Cannabis Chef competition.
Yeah.
Now I'm reaching out to other chefs that I'm good friends with, and I have a couple of events this next month with chef Rudy from Cannabis Catered Events.
Love
Great
Rudy.
guy.
Big shout out to Rudy, man. Big shout out to
That's Fab
Rudy.
right there. He's been a great friend, and has really allowed me to give back to the community and do what I do best, which is cook and bring people together. So we have a great event October 3rd. Um, we'll have some details on our pages, but it's a collaboration of multiple chefs getting together and delivering an amazing menu, and hopefully that'll give me the opportunity to showcase a little bit more of my chef background and not just our candy making expertise.
Man, well, you let me know. You keep me posted on any of those kinds of activities because not only do I like the food aspect of it, because everybody likes the food aspect. It's like, oh, so cool to be at the dinner. It's like, oh, pay the money
Yeah,
to be at it. I like the art of it. I really, what you guys do as artists to me is always interesting because yeah, I like to cook. Yes, I like food. Yeah, I like to eat. Yeah, I like to smoke. But I can't do it. I can't make your guys' art. I can't get the same expressions from different flavors or different tactics. My brain doesn't even begin to think about what did you say earlier? Rehydrating
the chili powders.
ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. That is not a thought my brain has ever considered.
Yeah,
So to be able to just sit back and be like, man, I have no idea how those dubstep DJs create that shit. Like, I fuck with it. Like, I fuck with it a little bit more than just being able to go hard to it, or
yeah,
being able to
for sure.
consume it. And with you guys, it's really it's really art. I got a lot of respect for Rudy. I've eaten his a number of his creations, and I absolutely have always been more inspired. I come home and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go try some other shit. And I think with your guys' dinners, man, keep me posted. Trying
Yeah,
to go, trying to support, trying to promote them. I think
definitely.
everybody here watching this episode, definitely take notes. It takes a lot of hard work to get this. He's gone through practice and tried and made, worked his way up at restaurants and grinded. I think it's a really big effort to get to just the point of where you're at today. So big shout out, my man.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it. It's all well worth it, man. Meeting people like yourself, working with people like Rudy, these dispensaries that love us and really support the mission that we have. The syndicate's been great customer service. They're doing more of like a partnership instead of just selling my product. It's really cool to be in this position that I'm in. I'm glad I get to work with my best friends and all move together through this industry that's really new and that doesn't have any rules or regulations or people to follow. You know, you're just out here every day grinding, trying to get the word out and change and help people's lives little by little, gummy by gummy, and letting them, you know, really understand what this can do to you. It really, it's crazy to me that I'm the owner of this product that uh you know means so much to for the effort that my team and I have put these last 3-4 years. Like again, thank you for the opportunity to talk about the brand and myself and everyone. You know, check us out, give us a chance.
Yes, most definitely. Everybody give them a follow at Dulze, DULZE_INC on Instagram. Definitely visit their website. They've got a lot of events that they're a part of at their different dispensary partners. And also, as Mr. Chef Mike Moya mentioned, please go to your local dispensary in California and request them. Pull out your Instagram, pull out the product after you've bought it, and show them and request it, because it really does make a difference. You know, I personally went out of my way to, I don't know how, I don't remember where I discovered you guys at, but I've just connected, I vibed, I'm a huge fan every step of the way. And when you find companies that from the top down are just really good people and the product also follows, I think it's important. So to anybody, please support them, give them a follow. North American Weed Tour Podcast, episode 24. Chef Mike Moya, do you have anything, any updates, any final sayings, any kind of game you'd like to share with the people before we get on up out of here?
No, I just want to thank everyone that's gonna get a chance to see this, that's actually gonna go out and support or see us or just say our name. It means the world to me to be in this position, and I hope that we can have another conversation in the next couple of years. You know, talking about all the good things that we have along and in the future. So,
Oh
thank
yeah,
you again.
lots of good stuff, everybody. Make sure you guys tune in. We have one last question. Are they nano/fast acting?
They are better than that because it's coconut oil that's your body's actually going to accept. So there's no your body's not going to try to understand what distillate is or wax and how to break it down. All the THC is directly infused to the oil. So as soon as your body detects that oil, it becomes part of you, and it's more fast acting than anything.
Beautiful. Well, I appreciate you for that response, brother. Again, everybody, give them a follow. This is Chef Mike Moya from Dulce, a there we go, Chef Life, a Mexican-owned business out here in Los Angeles, California. Please check them out here in SoCal. If you are in Northern California, if you visit, please be sure to recommend them, ask for them, encourage other people to check them out. Everybody, thank you guys. I appreciate y'all for hanging out. Like, follow, and subscribe to Respect My Region. We have more North American Weed Tour podcasts. Mike, we will have you on later, probably around sometime in December, to lock you in for another conversation. We want to definitely do it before and after. The next 3 months is going to be very exciting. So I appreciate you being on the show, my man.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate the time.
Everybody, thank you again. You have a good rest of your night, and we will see you on the next time. Appreciate y'all. Peace.